So I thought before I start off, I'll give you a bit of a tour about what's going on in the boot, where things are. So inside the garage, what has John packed in his van? Let's find out. Obviously, there's a bike, because I do like cycling. So it's my little folding electric bike. Above that are basically just bits and bobs. So that is the bag that the My Rider goes into. Obviously, if it's dirty or anything like that. And then over the back there, you've got my solo stove. Under the solo stove, which you can't really see, is the deflector plate, so that when you're having your fire, it deflects the heat around, and also the cooking top plate as well, so that obviously allows you to cook on top of it. So those are under there. This is my kayak, my inflatable kayak, which I have yet to use. So I can't wait to use that one. And obviously, the more times I get to play around with it, the more times that I'll get an opportunity to make a little review video or something about it. I've also got a collapsible bucket. So if I do turn up anywhere, they don't allow you to drop your grey waste, then I can put the collapsible bucket under there. It's also good for next to a fire as well, just having a safety bit of water there for a bucket. And then on the other side, over this way, is obviously my electrical system, and the cubby holes on this side I've got things like extension reels, hookup reels, my EV charging reel. Obviously you would need a litter picker, so that's there. And again, that goes through all the way through that side as well. So I've got storage there. Toolkit, a few little bits of things, some stuff ready to go and do the Tour de France. Yes, I'm doing the Tour de France this year, so yes, that's there. And then obviously other things like folding table. Like I say, we've got a chair up at the back there. So that's roughly the garage kind of like laid out. This space here is going to have some tools and things like that, some spares. Do like to carry a few spares with me, but not too much. But yeah, the ultimate thing is obviously you need space for logs, so you can have a fire, and beer and supplies and things like that. So I don't really want to cram my boot full. I want to make sure there's enough space to get all the things when we're out and about as well. So that's pretty much the garage prepared now, with everything that I think I'm going to need, you know, to have a bit of fun and enjoy myself and everything like that. So this is the cab bunk, or cab bunk, whichever way you say it. And it's suspended on one side by the headrests of your passenger and driver's seat when they're spun round, and by the other side by these two side supports that are height adjustable, and it's meant for children. So for us, it'd be quite cool that, you know, take the grandson away on holiday. Got the blinds there so we can close them all in, so it's nice and comfy. I'm in Mandy's van, just in case you're all confused. But yeah, if you've got one of these, let us know. Do you use it for the grandkids? Do you use it for other family members? Do you pick up hitchhikers and always carry a spare bed for them? Or do you put your dogs in them at night or during the day just to give yourself a bit of extra space? But yeah, comment in the comment section down below and let me know what you think, and if you've got one. And that's the storage for it. So when it's not in use, it doesn't really take up any storage. All right then, today's the day. We've done the thorough sort of shakedown. We've got everything ready. Pretty much everything's in the van that is going to be in the van when we travel full time. Water's full, loos are full, the fuel tank's half full. But yeah, see how much my lightweight, purposefully don't put too much in it, and balance it out each side, all that kind of stuff. I'm not too sure if they've got 2-axle weighbridge or 4-corner, or whether it's just one big flat surface. We'll see what we get there. But it's yeah, it's a tenner cash, don't you know? So yeah, let's get to it. Well, I did try as hard as I possibly could to get my camper entirely under 3 ton. I just then probably forgot about all the other stuff that I want to carry with me, including me and all the food and the contents of the fridge and freezer. Yeah, so 3.28 tons. which means obviously I'm fine. I'm under the weight limit of the van, which is 3.5 tons, which is cool. And I've got absolutely everything in here. Literally, my boot is packed. Like I say, full water, toilets are full. Fair enough, only half a tank up front. But then obviously I'm there to, you know, counterbalance that. But yeah, cupboards are full. Just, you know, you name it really. So yes, I am probably unimpressed with the weigh-in, but yeah, it's under target weight, so that's okay. And no doubt at a future time I'll have decided what I actually absolutely don't need to carry with me, and it'll be sort of lightening the loads a little bit more anyway. So yeah, why did I want to get a 3-ton van? Well, some of the weight restrictions on some of the more remote forest tracks are limited to 3-ton over bridges and things like that, simply because that's the weight of a Land Rover, the Forestry Commission and all that use. So that was my target, you know, to get to under 3-ton. And like I say, it's possibly easy to do, just not carrying everything I do, with all the power I've got, with all the toys I've got in the van to do things, with all the solar that's on the roof and nudge bars and lights and everything on the front, with the nice alloys and wheels and tires and all that. So yeah, underwhelmed, but at the end of the day it's still all right, isn't it? Under the weight. So yeah, there we go. Just found some wood, been walking around where I'm parked up, and it's like, well, it's sawn timber, finished edge and everything, just dumped at the side of the path. No one's around, there's no building work going on. So guess who's getting his chainsaw out and having some little log fire little supplies going on? Oh yeah. How cool is that? Free wood. Who doesn't like free wood? One of my treats actually, probably around about Christmas time I think, was the the almost full-size chainsaw, electric chainsaw, because the little one I had that you've probably seen me use in the past over like on the travel channel, it was all right, but it was a bit weedy, whereas this one it's just like all the way through. That took me like a minute to get all that, and then just got one of my shopping bags, put it in there, shove it in the boot, give it time to dry out for a couple of days. Free firewood. Little tip as well, while the sun's shining, make your food. Have a bigger meal during the day, cooking on electric while the sun's shining, so by the time you're all done, the sun's got plenty of time left to recharge your batteries. So air fryer's just cooking up some people call them bakes. So there's a cheese, an onion bake, and a steak bake in there. I call them pasties because I'm from Manchester. So there you go. I know that some people like from Cornwall might take offence at that because traditional Cornish pasties are quite different. But yeah, the Food Warehouse does Greg's stuff. Amazingly cheap and really tasty. So yeah, air fryer's been on for about 20 minutes now. I think it's nearly done. And there's quite a few hours left in the day of lovely solar, as you can see, getting absolutely drenched in sun right now, to recharge the batteries. Much as I'll be recharged by having some nice Greg's pasties. Well, and there we go. Still drenched in the sunlight. That's going to replenish the power to cook them. Ooh. I'm thinking that's the meat one. And that's the cheese and onion one. Cheese and onion one actually took a bit longer than the meat one. But yeah. It's a good day for solar today. About 490 watts, thereabouts, close to right now. So yeah, I've really been trying to drain the batteries down, just to sort of balance the batteries out. From new, they've not really seen that much action because either just been in the workshop, or if I've been away, like at the NEC show and things like that, I've not really used the van. So it's nice to get an actual sort of you know, real life usage out of them and see what's going on. And today's a particularly sunny day as well, so they're getting a banging bit of solar through now. On the way here the other day, I was getting a bit of solar and B2B power, so that was banging through as well. So yeah, I'm quite optimistic about how well everything's going to work. Obviously, this is all new to me. The concept of putting this van together was basic, so it's not all sort of Victron gear, albeit that it is still lithium and there's still loads of solar and that kind of stuff, but I've gone, you know, as basic as I can. And also trying to use products that I've not used before so that I can give my feedback on them. Everyone seems to go down the Victron gear, which I've been guilty of in the past. So part of doing this was just to try something new out and see how it goes. And so far, can't argue with it at all. But yeah, for now, I'm going to carry on editing. Currently editing my Sweden, Wild Sweden video. A lot of people ask about water and everything in the van, so I use a Berkey, a travel Berkey, and literally just fill it up from my sink, from my tap water. That is just gravity fed, so it goes through 2 carbon filters, and what you get out of it is lovely drinking water. That's it. So I fill it up with about 5 litres, and oddly enough I get about 5 litres back out of it, which is enough that it lasts me a couple of days or so. Put the bottles that I fill up into the fridge, and then I drink straight out of the fridge. They're nice chilled fresh water, and as long as you keep that flowing every few days or so, you don't need to worry about getting it ready or anything like that. You know, it's ready to go. Just fill it with water and then a little tap at the bottom, fill my water bottle up, and off I go. It does take out an awful lot of nastiness as well, so I'll leave a link down below and you can check out all the full details, but it literally would make the most god-awful water perfectly safe to drink. So that's another reason why carry it with me as well, is because I don't always know the quality of the water that I'm filling up from, and at least using it this way, I know my drinking water is always going to be safe to drink. And because I do like a cold drink, I then have a flask and I fill up my flask with the cold water so it lasts a bit longer. I do use these flasks as well for other drinks, so yeah. If you want to know anything more about my flask, I'll put a link to that one down below as well. Right, well, thanks for watching my little what does it weigh and first little trip out episode. And in the next episode I meet back up with Mandy, and then we start to do a little bit of convoy and start to get out there and actually enjoy why we built these vans, to do a bit of travelling. I'll see you next time, folks. Bye.